A podcast episode with Seven Thugs and Blowfish Man TV. It's been a while, not gonna lie. I was dying again with a real illness because, life tries to take me down, but I come back up stronger. But in this week's episode, the beautiful host is gonna be the granddad himself, Mr. Blowfish Man TV. Mr. Blowfish Man TV. Mr. Blowfish. Mr. Oh. Now Mr. Blowfish Man TV's moving. Bit delayed. But welcome to our amazing host, Blowfish.
All right, what's up, guys? You already know who I am. I am Blowfish Man TV, voice actor extraordinaire, all that kind of junk. We have Mr. Champ, who just introduced himself, always starting it off with the energy. And last but not least, we got Mr. Sid, Seven Thugs. Y'all already know who he is. Mr. Long-haired, Mr. Jason Momoa wannabe, that kind of junk. But other than that, you guys already know who the fuck we are. So, boys, did you want to get started? I got some pretty hard-hitting questions up in here. I got some good shit, is all I'm gonna say, especially for the am I the asshole portion of it. So, we usually start off with like a little bit of fun questions. This one's a bit on the sadder end, not gonna lie to you guys. For the both of you guys, we're gonna talk about anime, also for the people in chat. Sid, Hash, to you, what is the most hard-hitting, saddest anime or character or like animation death that you have ever witnessed? Like shit that would make you so sad or like cry. I'm curious. I'll start off with Sid for this one. Sid, what, like, when you think sad anime death, what comes to mind? Who's the
sad
number one example of that?
Or even
anime
like
animation
That's
death?
really
death.
fucking tough, by the way.
It's tough. There's a lot of good
sad
ones. I'm not gonna
anime
lie.
death.
Yeah, I'm very curious about this. Like, I'm curious about what I have a few as well.
I don't know. Okay. First of all, if anyone says the big donut that is Ace, like please just leave the chat because
fuck Ace, man.
Big
He's
donut.
suicided, bro. Yeah. Fucking suicided, bro.
I hope you guys
Himself.
no,
He
I
really
hope
did.
you guys
Let's
know.
be honest. He kind of did. That was all avoidable. Let's
Yeah,
be real
that
here.
scene is literally known as the donut. Like it's not even Ace's death anymore. It's just
It's just
donut.
the donut. It's the donut.
It's the donut.
Oh my.
Honestly, if this is a spoiler for any of you, then seriously, you're in a fucking rock. Like, you need to watch One Piece.
Actually, though,
Catch up,
I don't
like-
even. Here's the thing. I don't even watch One Piece, and I already know that fucking happens. Like, I know all the major events that happen, right?
If you
Because
don't
there's
know
too
it,
many
you're-
fucking
you're
chapters
under
and
a
too many
fucking
episodes.
under a rock. But Sid,
Yeah.
who you saying is the most
Yeah,
saddest,
Sid, sorry
most
about that.
impactful death like that?
What
For
actually?
me,
yeah, what
genuinely
actually
for
did-
me, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
even lie to you. I'm so biased, but Jiraiya, hands down,
Yeah.
it has to be Jiraiya for me.
Okay.
I agree with that. Yeah,
And-
that's a good one. Oof.
Before anything, yeah, we do share the same birthday. I know I look like him as well, and I'm just as
Yeah.
strong as him. One of the 3 legendary Sanins, whatever.
He is quite weak.
But genuinely,
Grandpa-
his death is so impactful, dude.
It was.
His death is so
It really was.
impactful. Imagine this. By the way, this whole episode is going to be full of spoilers, so just be careful. But
Oh, true.
Jiraiya's death was so freaking impactful. He
was.
trained Conan,
He trained all
Nagato,
3 of those guys. Yeah.
and Yahiko, right? And he has to face Nagato, Yahiko's dead body, and also Conan, all 3. And no one knows anything about Pain either. No one knows anything about Pain. He finds out that Pain has 6 renegades spread out amongst them. He figures out how to fight against Pain. It shows how smart Jiraiya is, which normally the anime didn't really show, right?
Mhm.
It showed how smart he is, how strong he is, and how on the fly he could do it. Another thing is, it goes also to the flashbacks of him and Naruto, like everything that they came together, right?
The ice cream. Don't
Never
talk
forget
about
about
the
that.
ice cream. That shit was sad.
But
Fuck,
you know
bro.
what? Can I just say one thing?
Bro, that's fucking
Can I just say?
tough.
I just want to add a little.
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
Ace's death was as stupid. Sorry, Jiraiya's death was as stupid as Ace's death.
Why? Okay, why would you think that?
How so? I feel like I can
Jiraiya's
argue
death-
I'm
this.
curious about this. Now
I
I'm
feel like
curious about
Jiraiya's
this.
death was as stupid as Ace's death. He practically killed himself. At the end, like he dies for that one little message to say what was it?
True.
What was it? That there's 7 of them or some shit, or that he's not the real one.
He's not like the real one's
Yeah,
not.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
fucking one sentence. Yeah, he had a good fight. Yeah, he's genius and all that stuff. I am supportive. But if he was alive, he could have done the same thing. He would have had more impact in the Pain arc more than like he he did being dead and that one little message which only Naruto figured out, which did fuck all. Like he did not. His death was as stupid as Ace's death. I didn't feel any remorse when he died. I was like, you killed yourself. Seriously.
Oof. All I'm going to say is
okay.
To that.
I kind of see it, but at the same time, like I feel like the character death showed so much more about everything in general, though.
Yeah.
Like with all the memories, like you're saying, the freaking ice cream scene with Naruto, freaking Naruto kind of going berserk, kind of going like, what the fuck, what is happening and shit like that. About him killing 3 of the pain members, by the way, Solo killing 3 of the fucking pain members.
Yeah, he's great, but he killed
letting
himself.
everyone know the secret of it. But
Yeah.
I feel like. Go ahead. How can you say that's not making an impact?
Okay, but then look, Ace's
Yeah, that
death
guy
was
went
stupid as
off on
shit,
pain,
right?
and I loved it.
But Ace's death had a major impact on Luffy. Major, like huge, right? That's one thing I like about One Piece because it goes into the whole like mental health thing as well. Because of Luffy's like reaction to Ace dying. But like Jiraiya didn't have to die. And there's one quick thing for anyone who says Dragon Ball deaths, they're fucking irrelevant. They all come back to life.
Yes. Okay, I agree with that. I do agree with
if
that.
you count any Dragon Ball death, they all fucking come back to life.
You can't take it seriously. Like, yo, Cheetah's dead. Yeah, he'll be back next episode, next arc.
Exactly. Yeah.
I swear, bro, they're not even humans or gods. They're just freaking cats, bro. They have like 9 lives.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, not even,
me
bro.
if you want.
Like,
Dragon
actually,
Ball
though,
is amazing. I think up until Z, right? Up until Z. When Z finished, the storyline is literally everyone just watches it because it's so cool. There's always an upgrade, and it's Goku and all that shit. There is no fucking. It's the most dumbest plot ever. Dragon Ball Super, I could write the plot in 10 minutes. Seriously,
honestly,
it was that fucking.
Super was not
it's
that
the most
good.
generic shit ever. The tournament.
I agree with.
You know the whole tournament plot.
I actually agree with Hash here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, I actually do. I'm like, no.
Where they all get together, you know, big tournament arc. Oh, all that is, there's a god amongst all of them. Fuck off, man. I could have read that shit myself. Seriously, but I still loved it. I was up every week when episode was released.
I was gonna say, yo, Hash. Here's the thing. Everyone fucking dies in that tournament, and then the god's like, yeah, I could just bring everyone back. That was fun.
Exactly.
I'm like,
what's the fucking point? There was no
yeah,
like.
right. I'm like,
but you know what?
I was like,
I'm a saddest death. Saddest death. It's not Ace for me, right? It's also Naruto. The saddest death is Itachi. I don't care what anyone says.
Itachi.
Nah, I know you.
That was sad.
If you take motherfucker, right?
All I'm going to say is,
I completely forgot he even died, dude. He's so engraved in my head.
I think he's engraved in everyone's head.
Itachi so much, right? Like, you know
right.
100%,
You know when
that's a good one.
Itachi and I forgot the shark guy's name now. What the fuck?
Oh, a Kisame.
Yeah, when they first come to the Leaf Village in Naruto original, not Shippuden, and all he says to him is that we're after the 4th Hokage's son, which Kisame doesn't understand. He's like, what does that mean? That's how genius Itachi is to let them know in advance with the Akatsuki want Naruto. Doesn't take Naruto and leaves, you know what I mean? He just comes to give them a warning. He is the definition of an angel.
Actually, though, like, I remember, I was going to say, so listen up, like, listen up. So it's about Itachi, actually. It's funny because me and a friend of mine actually had a discussion about this, and I'm like, yo, honestly speaking, after all the shit that Itachi did for the village and for Sasuke, like, he literally saved everyone. And I'm like, he's kind of like the Batman of fucking Naruto in the sense that, like, he watched
Batman's useless.
Hold on, just hear me out. In the sense that, like, one, that planning ability is just, I was just like, that planning ability is just like, it's otherworldly at that point too. And the fact that, like, he watched over the village in his own sort of way, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Like Batman does. I'm like, he's literally the Batman of Naruto. I'm like, yeah, actually though.
And you're comparing.
Can I ask one question?
Jiraiya?
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, what?
Sure.
Does anyone here like either Sasuke or Sakura?
I like Sasuke. I like Sasuke. Sakura is fucking useless. How are you gonna?
Friendship done. Friendship done. I agree with Sid.
Okay, wait.
Oh my god, Sasuke's such an idiot, dude. Sasuke's such an idiot. He loses his arm. They're like, hey, you know we can grow your arm back. He's like, no. I just want to be a rogue and look badass with my one hand.
Yeah,
like, who the fuck does he think he is, Shanks? Huh? Like, what?
He is badass with that. But okay, look, first of all, Sakura, I understand. For a few reasons. Number one, because she thinks she's as strong as Sasuke and Naruto. That shit is disrespectful.
The thing is, she is, though. No, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm number one Sakura hater. I'm number one Sakura hater. The reason I hate her is because she has potential to be one of the strongest ninjas, right? Another thing, the best medical ninja. But why is she jeopardizing? Like they contradict each other, and she's never proves herself in the fight. If you are the number one best doctor ever, right? Why are you in the front lines of the fucking army?
Huh.
Okay.
Like I hate her character.
I'm
She has the
surprised that
strength,
Sasuke has
and
hate.
she has.
She is a horrible character. Let's be honest.
I'm surprised people hate Sasuke. I swear. Okay, Sakura. Okay, fine. Whatever, you justify her thinking she's as strong as them, right? Because medical bullshit and all that crap. But like,
It's stupid. I'm
what
number one
about the
Sasuke
fact
hater.
that she literally gets killed, attempted to get killed by Sasuke about 10 times, twice to be exact, chases him, and that scene in
Exactly.
the movie where she says to Naruto,
Stockholm
that
syndrome.
you won't understand what
Actually.
it's like to have no parents or some shit. Oh no!
Yeah,
the
yeah,
scene
yeah.
where she's
I know
like-
you've seen the. She says that to
Yeah.
Naruto. Sorry, she says that about Naruto to Sasuke.
But
Yeah.
Sasuke, okay, yeah, he's a bit of a dickhead, spoiled little shit.
He is a dickhead, not a bit, bro.
you have to also understand, his whole family got massacred.
Fine.
One scene which
But-
I love Itachi, but one thing that makes no fucking sense is Itachi fucking puts him through the genjutsu where he sees his parents' death 1,000 times for no reason. Like that
Yeah.
fucks him up. So
That does
Sasuke,
fuck-
I'm surprised people hate Sasuke. I fucking love him. I think he's
Mm.
great.
He's overly edgy in my opinion.
I feel- no.
That's the reason. That's my
Yeah,
reason for
yeah.
hating him.
I feel like they made him
Fine to
too-
be edgy, but too edgy. You know what I mean?
They tried to make him too edgy. Honestly,
Yeah.
and this is not hatred towards Hash and like not even like to downplay him or anything. I feel like he's very basic. Like as in Sasuke. Sasuke's
Fair,
very basic.
fair. Yeah,
You're supposed to look at him and think, oh my god, he's the cool guy that doesn't really
He's the
care.
cool
He's
guy,
got this
yeah.
one ideal and shit like that. They try to
like-
make a character like that, right? But I feel like they tried too hard to do it where it doesn't
It's-
come off as
Like
yeah. Like
know-
someone like sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, no, you finish first because I actually had a funny point like that I was gonna build onto your point, but yeah, you finish up your point.
Okay, so I just feel like they just made him too basic
Too edgy.
to the
too
point
basic.
where it's like I kind of don't want him to be the cool guy. Like Itachi was done so well,
Yeah.
so
I
freaking
do
well.
agree with that.
I'm actually kind of tilted that you said Itachi, and I completely forgot that he even died because he's so engraved in my head.
He was
Like
a good-
another person that's really cool as shit is like fucking Minato. Like he's fucking cool as shit as well.
He was cool.
He's
He was very
irrelevant.
cool.
He's fucking.
I was gonna
irrelevant.
say so. Building on.
He's irrelevant, but he's cool. Like just knowing about
okay,
him. and
one
everything.
thing which
was-
another thing that bugs me about Minato is how his son doesn't learn his own fucking jutsu. You know the fucking flying.
But that's not his jutsu though. That's
yeah,
the
that's
second.
second. Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
seconds.
masters it himself, and his son's like, yeah, fuck that. I'm just gonna shadow clone everywhere.
But who's gonna teach him?
The second could have. I'm kidding.
Who's
the
gonna
second
teach
one-
him? The
Yeah,
two
it's-
people that know the jutsu are both dead.
dead.
But when he meets in reincarnation, that shit, you know what I mean? Learn it, motherfucker.
You
I mean,
you think
they were in the middle of a
you
war,
think
dude.
an 18-year-old who's never seen his father for the first I don't think he's 18, he's like what, like 16,
He's
I
like
think
16,
actually.
15,
Yeah.
16. Yeah.
You think a 16-year-old who's never seen his father ever sees him for the first time? Hey yo dog, let me see your jutsu real quick. Teach me how to do
Right,
this
right in the
insane
middle of a
jutsu.
war. In the middle of a
Teach
war.
me how to
dude.
do this insane jutsu that no one knows except two people, and they're both dead. That he probably took years and years and years and years and years to learn, and just goes, "Hey dog, let me see that jutsu. Let me see how it works." Like,
Why do you make him sound like a kid who wants crack?
He could have. I said, you know what? I agree with Dante. Read a book. You know what I mean? Read a scroll and learn that shit. Easy peasy.
Oh, yo,
Blowfish,
so
Blowfish. What
what's
about
up?
you?
Before I get into my point, I was actually gonna build on Sid's point about Sasuke being like super basic and edgy, fun, and like he was supposed to be like the cool guy character, right? Listen, so funny enough, I had a discussion with my brother about this a while back. He and I were talking one day, just kind of chilling, and he's like, I'm like, what's up? It's pre-time skip Naruto. I'm thinking about. I was like, okay, it's about pre-time skip Sasuke. I was like, he's like, I'll be honest, as kids, I liked Sasuke a lot better than he is now, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. They kind of did. As a kid, Sasuke was a lot cooler in my opinion, and like he seemed a lot more just like, not like kind of there, but like they made him edgy enough. Like that was a good amount of edgy when he was a kid, as well as like him still
Exactly.
being cool.
He
Like I
cared
still
about
liked
his-
him. I'm like he still cared about everyone, just he didn't act like it. That's the thing.
exactly.
And I'm like, and then in post time skip, he's just super duper edgy. He's like, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna become Hokage because this is what Itachiwan's like.
I
You
thought that
idiot.
was
That's
cool,
not
though.
what he wanted.
What?
I was like, that's not what he
No.
fucking
No one
wanted.
liked
I'm
the
like,
fact that he wanted to fuck up everyone at the end, like the ending scene. Where
no,
he's like,
because
you know
he thinks
fuck all
that's
the
what his
tail
brother
beats.
would have wanted. I'm like, no,
That's
your
what I
brother
like.
wants the opposite, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, no, your brother wants the opposite, you idiot.
Yeah, he's an
Let's see.
idiot. But I thought
Yeah.
that was quite cool. Like, when I watched Naruto, I watched it quite late. Like, I watched it at the age of like 17, 18. So late compared
Like
to
are you talking about like
when I
kid Naruto?
started
Or like,
Naruto. Yeah.
when you started,
So
so
I
yeah,
was
kid
late
Naruto.
compared to
Oh,
everyone
okay.
else. So like, I was always hoping that Sasuke is always. I had no clue what's gonna happen. So I was hoping he's gonna be good guy from like episode 50, 20, 30. No, he was bad guy until the last minute. I loved it. I was like, good.
I don't think he was the bad guy though.
Okay,
He-
yeah.
they were
it
trying
was
to
When
make
he
him into,
first
like-
started
Yeah,
off,
yeah,
was
yeah,
he bad guy?
They were like,
He started going towards bad guy because the reason why, like Blowfish said, he started going too much over the edges because at the start you could tell he cared about Sakura, he cared about
he cared about
Naruto.
everyone, yeah, like everyone. He's
Exactly,
like,
he cared about like.
yeah, just in his own
Eventually, it
way.
gets to a point where it's like you're being so selfish and so self-centered, and I want to kill my brother. I want to kill my brother. I want to
I wanna
avenge
kill
my
the whole
this. I want to
village,
blah 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 blah
yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's stupid. It's so stupid. Like what? And by the way, someone said Zabuza. Zabuza's death was pretty sad as well. I'm
That
not
one
gonna
was
lie.
actually pretty. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? I agree with. Yeah, that one was actually pretty hard hitting.
Zabuza's
I'm not
death was
gonna
pretty
lie.
good.
Yeah,
It was
but
also
he
like
was-
a little
also
sort of like
prick.
redemption for him too. I was like, you know, it's
Yeah.
it's a nice little like way to close his chapter, right? Like to
Yeah,
close
he
his
was
life.
also
Or,
a
like,
prick,
does
bro.
that
He deserved the
happen?
death. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not
Yo,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
100%.
The
yeah.
way he went out like a fucking G. Let's be honest. He fucking destroyed everyone with just a kunai in his mouth. I'm
But
like,
he was
Yeah.
weak as fuck if you think about it. Like,
Nah.
when they first started, no, but now, yes. I do
yeah,
agree that he is weak
after
now.
fighting at the end of Shippuden,
Now,
he was
yes.
pathetic.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
But,
give-
yeah.
He, bro, like this guy was going toe to toe with fucking Kakashi. The
Yeah,
geezer
that was crazy.
Fucking,
That was
fucking
actually
insane, bro.
amazing. I love
That
that.
was
I love
insane.
Like Kakashi does technically lose 1v1. He gets help from Sasuke and Naruto. Technically, he
Yeah.
loses in the 1v1.
And it's they make a like a haymaker like fucking play as well, where he like does the clone like knife thingy and then like he fucking transforms and shit. Like, bro, come on, dog. It's so crazy.
All right,
True,
so
true,
I guess
true.
my saddest character death, the number one thing that actually still comes to mind, and no matter how many times I fucking watch it, I see it coming, and it still makes me really sad. Either you guys have watched either Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Either of you.
Okay.
Hughes' death.
I've seen clips and such, but I
That
haven't
shit
watched it.
was
It's on my watch
sad,
list.
bro.
It's on my watch list.
I haven't
It's
seen
good.
it. I haven't seen it.
So the reason being is because like Hughes was like painted as like the good guy who like just deserved everything in the world. Good father, good example at his work. Like Roy Mustang, who's like the hard ass of the group, kind of. He's just like he deeply respected him and like kind of deemed him one of his best friends, right? The moment you find out he dies, like because he figures out what the hell is going on in the country, so he's like, okay, I need to tell someone, and then he ends up getting killed, and then you know, at his funeral, like you know, there's some, you know, as a cop, he's essentially like a cop of his world, like, you know, his wife would always tell his daughter, like, yeah, you know, dad has to stay late because paperwork, this, and this. At his funeral, everyone's fucking sad, and his daughter has no idea what's going on. And then she keeps asking, like, Mom, where's Dad? And then, like, she like points to the coffin, and she's like, is he sleeping? Is he okay? Is he still working? And then like the mom's not saying anything. And then when they start burying him, she starts bursting. I was like, no, Dad needs to get up early for work. Why are you doing this? Stop. And everyone's just like so sad. I'm like, oh, this is fucking sad.
I
and
need
then
to watch it, man.
And then eventually, sorry for major spoiler there, guys. And then eventually, at one point, the villains who can shapeshift, they try to fuck with Roy Mustang, and he turns into Hughes, and he's just like, don't fucking show that to me, like you're making a mockery of my friend. And he just burns that person alive because he has like fire alchemy, and that was like one of the most satisfying deaths in the whole series. I'm like, because that was the same person who killed Hughes. I'm like, yes, do it. That was like me. Ooh, that shit still makes me so sad,
Bro,
like,
that
oh
what
God.
the fuck? Okay, Full Metal.
Full
Okay,
Metal sounds kinda
Alchemist.
yeah,
fuck,
you guys
yeah.
need to watch that.
Yeah, that's-
Like,
that's-
that
some
shit
twisted
still makes
shit,
me
yeah.
sad to this day. I'm like, that still
Yeah.
makes, no matter how many times I watch it,
That's some
I'm
twisted
like-
It's always been on my like watch list.
it's
Like,
really
actually
good.
always
Like,
been on my watch list.
it's only it's a shonen anime, and you know how long shonen
Mhm.
animes go on for. It's only like 50 episodes, so that's like nothing.
Oh,
for
that's
a
about
shonen
2
anime.
days.
Yeah, exactly. right?
That's about 2 days, guys. Come on.
And I was gonna say, so you guys mentioned Jiraiya and Ace's death earlier, right?
Uh-huh.
So a point that just came to mind. This is more of going into One Piece theory at this point. So listen, you know how like by the end of it, like near Jiraiya's death, we get to see Jiraiya at like peak, like
Yeah.
how good he is
Right.
as a fighter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we've never seen Shanks fucking fight. And I would like to think that Shanks is sort of the
True.
Jiraiya for Luffy, right? In that sense. So, do you think Shanks is gonna go out in a similar way, trying to fight Blackbeard? Because I think Blackbeard would be the pain in this sense and end up killing Shanks. Do you guys think that will happen? And then we get to finally see Shanks full on fight, right? Because here's why I think that. Remember at the end of the war when Shanks rolls up and Blackbeard's like, "Yeah, we're out. We're gonna fight one day, but not yet. All right, let's go." And you know, and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm like, I think Blackbeard is his pain. You know what I mean? And then Blackbeard's gonna destroy him, in my opinion.
I believe
And then we see
the
Shanks go
theory,
all out.
I believe if Blackbeard beats Shanks, in my opinion, it's too basic of a plot. I
You don't think so?
believe
Okay.
I
fair enough.
believe that it's gonna be the biggest twist ever, and that Luffy will beat Shanks because Shanks is actually a villain.
Ooh.
Yes.
I think it'll be the
So why-
biggest
okay,
plot
Yeah,
twist ever.
yeah.
that
I actually
Shanks-
agree with Hash.
That
Why
everyone,
would you think he's a villain? I'm
imagine,
curious about
imagine,
this.
because none of us know the answer. But imagine you're binge watching and One Piece is finished. You're watching the show. You're fucking 1,200 episodes in. You're thinking this dude's the best, goodest guy from episode 1.
He saved Luffy.
Episode 1.
Like he lost his arm for it. Bro,
Amazing,
gave
you
a
know what I
straw
mean?
hat.
We don't know fuck all about him.
Exactly.
If he ends
And he's
up
always
being
been a
villain-
mystery. Always a mystery. We only know like about what four of his crew members that can actually do something. Like everyone knows like Lucky Roo, right?
Yeah,
Ben
and,
Beckman.
Usopp-
like you
Usopp's
know
dad is in,
Yeah,
is in the crew too. Yeah.
you know like 3 or 4 and like what they actually do. Everything else about his crew is a mystery.
Exactly.
Everything's a mystery.
Exactly. And I think his crew is actually evil. I think fucking Usopp's dad, Yasop, is a bad guy. And Usopp
Okay.
will find out that he's looked up to his dad, but he shouldn't have looked up to his dad. Like,
Right.
I think because, you know, like he's like, my dad left and he's a great pirate and all that shit, but they don't really put emphasis that he's in Shanks' crew. I think that he's going to be a bad guy this whole time. Well, not bad
And-
guy, but just not a good guy is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, the way that Luffy's building his crew kind of thing is kind of the same as Blackbeard's as well, where
Yeah,
they have
they
like
parallel,
more
yeah.
powers.
Paras. Yeah.
As far as I know, Shanks' crew isn't that big as well, right? It's nowhere near Kaido's, nowhere near Big Mom's. I'm pretty sure it's fairly
I'm pretty
small.
sure Shanks' crew is literally just one big ship with just a few really fucking strong guys.
Which
you know what I mean?
which kind of makes sense.
That's the thing,
Like
which makes
it's
sense.
yeah, which kind of makes sense where it could be like a pretty good fight. Someone actually asked possibility for a final fight to be Luffy versus Kobe.
That would piss me
No,
off.
no,
That would piss me
never.
off. Kobe
Kobe
deserves
is
zero relevance.
Yeah.
Kobe
Kobe's
is
just
nowhere near the level
Mm.
that he
Luffy
needs to
is.
be for it to be Luffy versus Kobe. For me personally, highest Kobe can go is probably like Admiral, Vice Admiral.
That's still
I
pretty
don't
high.
think
Admiral, I'll
no,
give
no,
him-
that
I'll
is
give him
that is
Admiral.
high.
pretty
That's like
high.
what Kizaru. That's like
That's
Kizaru,
Kizaru,
Akainu, Aokiji, stuff like that.
all those guys. Yeah.
Fujitora. That's
Fujitora
those
is a
guys.
monster.
But
love
he's not gonna
Fujitora.
be to the
Yeah.
level where he's gonna compete against
Yeah.
an emperor,
And
especially.
no one is gonna
Come on,
watch it and think, oh, it's Sasuke Naruto final fight vibes. Everyone's gonna think what the
exactly,
fuck-
exactly. There's no way.
fuck
Yeah.
is
Like
this shit?
he's too far behind. Like he started way too late. Like his training and everything. And if he does, that's just bullshit. That's literally just bullshit.
Honestly, I hope Kobe dies. I'm not even joking. I hope he dies. He's fucking useless, little shit. Cries all the time.
Okay.
I think he just died.
Wasn't that him as a kid though? And
Yeah,
he's
I
like a
don't
level-
think he doesn't do that anymore. He's so badass now. What?
I've heard he's
Yeah,
pretty.
but
Good.
it's-
I've heard he's pretty cool.
I think
I'm
it'd
not
be
gonna
really
lie.
So
emotional if
badass.
Kobe dies saving Luffy. That's a
I-
good death. That's a good death. Like, imagine that. He dies saving Luffy. Oh my god, they were friends since birth and all that, since young age and all that shit. That would be a good
I
way
could-
to
I could
fuck
see
the fuck
that.
up.
I could see that, but the way that I'm thinking of it right now is, do you know how there was like a divide in the Marines where it's Garp side and like the absolute power side?
Mm.
I feel like if you kill off Kobe for saving Luffy and stuff like that, you're losing the side where the Marines are supposed to start turning good, because there's been the absolute justice and then they're like the more thought about justice. Even they're pirates, but they're doing a good thing. Like, you know, maybe we should just let them off the hook because they're doing a good deed, right? But there's the Marines that are like, they're pirates, we need to fucking kill every single pirate and stuff like that. Garb, the theory that I like to believe is Garb took a downfall, not downfall, like he went down the rankings and stuff like that to be like a trainer and stuff, so he could train the next generation of Marines to kind of have the the same
Sort of.
ideals that he has,
Yeah.
rather
exactly.
than Akai Inu's ideals, who's now the head admiral, right?
Yeah. Akainu's just a. Whew, that's all I'm going to say.
And
I'm not
I
gonna
feel
lie,
like
he's a pretty
Kobe's still-
badass villain. I like Akainu. He's a great villain, in my opinion.
So maybe the answer to your question.
I feel
should
like
Sabo
Akai
be-
Inu might die for
Yes.
fucking Luffy.
Oh, he 100%
100%.
will.
No, I think Sabo would be Akainu.
Yeah, I would.
I think Sabo.
I'd say more it's Sabo, and then
I
Luffy's
think
gonna fight Blackbeard.
they will do Sanji and Kizaru. They will do Fujitora and Zoro. They'll do that.
Ooh,
But
that'd be an interesting
Akainu will
fight.
be Sabo. There's just no fucking way. Like if Sabo
Then Luffy,
has
Blackbeard.
to.
Yeah,
redeem-
to rekindle the fruit, to take vengeance for fucking Aces.
That
Yeah.
would be a
Oh
good death
my
because
god! For the donut.
My magma's hotter or some
For
shit.
the donut.
Yeah, for Jiraiya. But like, yeah, I think he should.
For Jiraiya?
For Jiraiya.
Wrong
Jiraiya's
anime,
definitely-
bro.
That's fucking useless. Yeah, fucking can't stand him.
No, honestly speaking, if I do agree with Hash in the sense that like Ace's death it didn't have to happen. It's just Ace.
It 100% didn't, dude.
Like think it's sad, but like avoidable. You know what I mean? I'm like it. You know, like that's how I feel about it too. I'm like, am I the only one who like I am sad about it? It's just that it didn't have to happen. Let's be
Blowfish.
honest here. Yeah, what's up?
Are you today's date? Cause you're a 10 out of 10.
Oh, who said that? Thank you very much. Is that you, Hash? Oh, well, of
Yeah,
course. I'll be a
100%. It was
dick.
all me, man. It was my
It's
genius
Sid
creativity,
10126.
Yeah. It was all
Oh,
my
what's up, Sid?
creativity.
It's
What's
Sid.
up?
It
All right,
was my
guys.
complete creativity. I thought of it. Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, guys. Let's move on to this next one. So, speaking of anime characters, are there, or even just like it doesn't have to be anime characters. It could be a video game character, a movie character, an animation character from like Cartoon Network. I don't give a fuck. Are there any characters like that inspired your ideals to be you, to your drive, etc., etc.? Hash, let's start with you because I started with Sid for the last
I have a
one.
really fucked up one, but
Sure.
there's no judgment involved. Yeah.
Fine.
Because this character I genuinely justified in my mind. Not that I
Okay.
want to be like them, but
Yeah,
I was
okay.
like, you're actually not a villain in any regard in my eyes. I swear
it?
to God. And it's not in the anime, right? And it's going to be
Okay.
hard for Blowfish to understand because he hasn't
Okay.
seen this, right? But
Oh, Squid
for
Game.
anyone who's seen Squid Game, the old
Game.
man at the end did nothing wrong.
I have not seen it, so sure.
I don't want to spoil
Okay.
it, but I think the old man, if anyone has seen Squid Game, did nothing fucking wrong. I think he was completely justified to do what he did. Because, let me explain why. I mean, it's a spoiler episode anyway, right? But I'm going to explain why. Because,
Sid's look on his face.
he's giving... No, hold on. Let me explain why.
Sid's
He
look.
gives everyone an opportunity who has no fucking money to get a second chance at life, right? And he literally says to them, fuck off and don't come back. And they come back themselves. So he did nothing wrong. He was fair, he was honest, and he literally said, if you're going to go home, you have the right. And they all come back a second time through their own will. The first time, all right, cool, they didn't know what was happening. I get it. But then they all go home, right? And they all come back.
I wish I
Prove me
could.
wrong. Come
I'm
on,
kind of neutral
Sid,
because
like,
I've never seen Squid
how
Game.
how can anyone? Yeah, like he was right. I don't see where he was wrong. Like he literally gave them a second chance,
Like
saying go home.
okay, hold on. Before I said you get into it, objectively speaking, I'm looking at Hash's point. I'm like, whoever he's talking about, he sounds like a very sort of in D&D terms, a lawful evil, like a lawful evil character. He's like, okay, I'll be fair. I'll respect, your decisions.
Yeah,
Go home.
because
I know that Squid Games that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, to some
And
ways
then,
you
like-
play these like events to make
Yeah.
money. These people are the people they select are people who are broke, in debt, etc. So he makes them come first time, through like a weird game. Cool, they don't know they're gonna die. Then he says go home. He lets everyone go home. Then they all come a second time back saying we want to have another chance. We want the money. How is that? How's he done anything wrong? Yeah, the game is
Like,
fucked.
Looking at it objectively, yeah, he gave them the chance, and then they decided to come back. Sid, what do you think? What are you thinking? Like, I'm not looking at it from like an objective point of view. I was like, well, I don't know anything about it, so Hash's point sounds good to me, right?
But then the main thing is that they're being used as like fucking entertainment. Like them being
Oh.
killed and stuff like that is being used
Okay.
as entertainment.
Yeah,
for other
100%.
people.
That I get
Understandably, like there's some things where they have played like a factor with it and shit like that, such as like I don't know how to say this without really spoiling it and shit like that, but
Honestly, even if you were to say it, I probably wouldn't know what's going on. Like, I get the basic
like
premises
okay,
of the
like
game, but you know.
okay, like the bridge one, like the guy could see between the fucking two glasses, so they just dimmed the light so he couldn't see and tell the difference and shit like that.
To
Like
make
that's
it
kind of
fair.
unfair, no?
I would say that's fair. Like that point, it's like, all right,
I mean, you're
everyone.
kind of using your skills that in the game. If you're quicker, like on the first one, red light, green light. If you're quicker, or if you're better at like moving your body and shit like that in some way, sure, you have a
But like,
bigger
you know
advantage.
the honey game with the girl with the lighter. She doesn't
Mhm.
get caught. She gets away. Fair enough.
Right?
He got
Mhm.
caught. They knew what he was doing. He was making it so evident by getting his ass down and looking at the refraction or whatever, or the pattern of light, whatever he was saying in the difference in the glasses. He made it.
But then, where in the thing did it say you couldn't do that though?
Bro, where did they say in any game you couldn't cheat? Do you know what I mean? They just state the rules.
On the marbles game, you said you could. Well, okay, you can use violence.
Yeah, but like in all the games, they give
But
you
then,
rules.
okay, but then in the marble game, the guy literally cheated, and the fucking person saw him.
He didn't cheat though. He played first. Okay, you know. Okay, again, Jung Soo, is that his name? Su Jung, is it? I can't remember his name. The guy who cheats Ali. That guy, right? The marbles guy. The evil. Everyone hates on him. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think 90% of people would do the same thing in his situation. Basically, Blowfish a game, right, between marbles. Now, you tell me if you did the right thing or not, as someone who's never seen the show. Imagine
Okay.
me and you are playing a game, Blowfish. The loser gets killed, right?
Shit.
The loser
Okay,
gets
those are
killed,
some high stakes
right?
game. Okay.
So we're playing a game, and I'm winning. But you can trick me into winning. Would you do it? To not
hold
die?
on. So
This is a
Hang on.
guy you've built a friendship with over like it's a couple of days. I'm not gonna lie, it's a short time, but it's through a very stressful time, and you've shared experiences and such with yourself, with each
Okay.
other, and you've built a bond with this person, and he's winning in a game fair and square. He's in the same situation as you. You know that he's got a freaking family that just like he's a living human being just like yourself. Why are you? And he's trusting you. You're saying, hey, do you think I would cheat on you? And he goes without batting an eye. He goes, you know what? Yeah, like you wouldn't like mess me up because like I trust in you. You can tell they have a freaking friendship. They have a bond together. No,
100%. I
that
think
sounds
he's a
like
dickhead.
a ride or die. I'm not
He's
gonna
a
lie. That sounds like
dickhead.
a ride or die.
if you're saying he sounds like a dickhead, you're saying he did nothing wrong. That he still sounds like a dickhead. No,
Okay. He's an asshole. He's a selfish prick. But I get why he did it. Like I get
why he did it
when
as
you're
well,
about
but it's
to
not.
die, when you're about to die, you do crazy shit. There was this study, right? There was these people. They were survivors from a war, and it was some study they did where basically they would feed them food, but they eventually stopped feeding these people food. Right? They were trapped in some sort of like prison. So in the end, they ended up eating each other. They weren't cannibals to begin with, but
Jesus
they ended up
Christ.
because they had no choice. They didn't want to die. Their brain wasn't thinking, I'm eating my mum because she's died from disease. I'm just going to eat her because I need to stay alive. You know what I mean? In those moments, our bodies don't think, oh, yeah, okay, cool, they did Ali dirty, but you have no control. When your survival instincts kick in and your body is terrified of death, and all of us are, right? In the actual heat of the moment, you just do it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be a ruthless savage in this moment, and I'm gonna fuck him up, you know, or I'm gonna do what I gotta do to win. Like, I think he's a prick. When he kills that girl, I can't remember, he's an asshole. But he has to. He has to be the last one alive to get the money. That's the whole game. In the end, they state there is one winner.
Yep.
So from that point, you gotta know that you can't make these friendships with these people here because only you or I win. It's not we. Like we're going in. If it was like,
I don't think at the start they say there's only one winner. By the way,
no,
I don't think they said like the winner. Because if you like, because throughout the game they always said, "Oh yeah, us two are gonna win. Don't worry about it. Oh, us three are gonna win. We're gonna win as a group, and we're gonna get out here." Like they say that. Like there's no way that they go, "Oh yeah, like we're gonna make a fucking group, and then only one person's ever gonna win in this whole thing." Because imagine how fucked it would be for like the evil guy with like the long curly hair, right? Not me. before hashtag.
I was about to.
Okay.
I was about to make
But-
Is
that
that the
joke.
tattoo guy, the snake?
Yeah, the tattoo guy,
I was
right?
about to make
Imagine
that
how
joke, I'm not
fuck it'd
gonna
be
lie.
in his
That's funny.
group that those people in his group would be all lovey-dovey and like, you know, love on him until the last moment where they all turn and like try to kill him and stuff like that. Like
But I thought
it'd
you know,
make no
you know in
sense.
the
Like just kill the
nighttime
strong
thing,
guy, no?
You know, in the nighttime thing where they go around killing everyone, and the tattoo guy is cautious of his like friends. He sits there and what because they know only one of us will get through. If it was that we all get through as a team, fuck it. Why am I gonna even kill you? Why would he even think that? But he was worried. That's why he stays awake all night. He doesn't sleep. He's like, and his teammate says to him, "You go to sleep. I'll be on watch." He says, "No, I'm gonna stay awake," because he's worried someone's gonna betray him. Because I thought the whole concept of because it says the money goes up as someone dies,
Yeah.
so it like
But then-
ultimately
but
makes
then-
you think, all right, so everyone's gonna die.
To get the full amount, everyone else has to die and one winner. You could have two winners and like let's say like one person is 1 million, right? And there's 200 like 200 what? No, not 200. It's like 400, right? 456.
I can't remember, but yeah,
Yeah, I think it's
total was, like,
456.
46.9 million Korean won or some shit.
Let's just say there's 100 people, right? And to get 100 million, so to get 99 million, 99 people have to die. What if only 90 people die and there's 90 million in the fucking tank and there's 10 winners?
You're completely
Not
right.
everyone has to die, no?
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think in my mind I was like, you know, the last three, the girls. I hate Sungwoo, but he's a dickhead, and I forgot the main guy's name. They could have split between three of them, and each of them would have been comfortable. You know what I mean? Blowfish. They would have had, like,
I don't think they could have.
I wish that. And I'm saying, if they could have, they would have done it. Of course. Yeah. Like, why would you not? You know, what I mean, if the three of us were in the final stage, yeah, I'd be like happily, yeah, let's split it three-way. We all get $15 million each. Oh, we're happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't get 45, but at least we're alive. You know what I mean? At least we're breathing. But yeah, I think back to like my first point that I think survival instinct kicks in any human. When it kicks in, you don't have a control over your body at this point because your body doesn't see any moral or ethic. It just wants to be alive. You're like, I don't care what I do. I've got 2 hands, 2 legs. I'm gonna make the most of it with my physical like positioning in life to stay alive, and that's why I think Sungwoo made sense. Like he did what he had to do to stay alive. It's very ruthless. It's very savage. Very fucking caveman. Blowfish, this makes me think you need to watch the show. Like, I feel, how
You know
can you
what's
be
funny?
so behind?
I was like, because even Smash was like, yo, you need to watch that show. I was like, fine.
It's
maybe one
actually a
day.
good show.
That's
Like,
what I mean.
it's a
I've heard it's
genuine-
Do you
good.
think-
I've heard very good things
I
about it.
feel like it's overhyped. I genuinely feel it's super
That's-
overhyped.
That's the thing,
That's
right?
my number one thing.
I've never seen
That
something
usually-
like that, so I don't. But apparently, there's loads of shows
That's the thing,
similar.
right?
So if you've seen them, then I get it.
There's Alice in Borderland.
Yeah,
Like,
I've heard about
that's
Alice in
like a
Borderland. I agree.
lot better. That's a lot better than Squid Game.
I agree.
But it
If
doesn't
you've
get the
seen
same
something
recognition.
similar, then I get it. But this is my first time seeing like a, you know, like a. This reminds me of Hunger
Overhyped
Games,
show.
low key. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you know the theory is that it actually is Hunger Games?
Well,
There's a theory that it actually is Hunger Games because what do you call it? One of the scenes it goes, oh yeah, we love having the games, but the one from Korea is the best by far. The American one, Hunger Games. The Japanese one, Alice in Borderland. There's like a Chinese version of it as well. There's a theory saying that it might all be
All
it
in
might
the
all
same
be
world or
related.
something. Yeah, like all in the
Yeah,
same world. Yeah, that
technically,
sort
it
of
might
thing.
like try to tie it together and shit like
There
that.
was even a manga created before all of this, like this. Like Squid Game was based on a manga. I
Oh.
can't remember its name. Yeah, this manga's really old. Like, really
Mm-hmm.
fucking old. Like, in 1990s sort of vibe. And I remember someone was telling me, I forgot its name. Is it Battle Royale? Okay, is that what it's called?
Ah, Battle
But
Royale. That is a
there was
classic and a half.
really old fucking
That shit was
manga
brutal.
That
shit is brutal.
It's literally Squid Game. There's no
Except with
difference.
kids. Except with kids. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Did you know the producer was trying to get Squid Game out for like
10 years.
over a decade?
Yeah.
Over a
that's crazy.
decade, yeah. And he
That's crazy.
kept getting rejected, saying
crazy.
it's not a good enough story. It's not a good enough story or some shit.
That's
and now
crazy.
look at it. It's like what? Like I think it might be one of the highest grossing Netflix series.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right. Or it's
Question
on the verge of doing that, or something
It's
like
it's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, and that
I just yeah.
That's
all I'm saying is I remember a couple weeks ago and shit like that. I said in Hash's chat that I was hating that people are acting this way towards Squid Game and shit like that. And I'm really not trying to be a gatekeeper, but remember when COVID-19 happened first and being Asian was like the fucking worst disgrace you could do? Now it's like Shang-Chi and Squid Game came out and Asians are like, oh my god, look at this girl. She's the most beautiful thing ever. Like, oh my god, they're so handsome.
Now everyone's just like, Asians are fucking hot. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It pisses me off so much.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, really, guys?
Matter of fact, I even know some people that was like, when I was like, because I'm an avid fan of K-pop, right? And I watch K-dramas and stuff like that. They'd be like, oh my god, why would you watch Korean made stuff? Like, it's not as good as like American or British or like English or anything. It's not as good as this and that and stuff like that. Like, fuck off, man. Ever since BTS came out, it's just you just all of a sudden you just want to move to Korea.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. And Sid made a really fair point.
Something called yellow fever, which is terrible. And for any K-pop fans, that you need to drop that shit because then
Sid made a fair point that prior to Squid Game, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you watched K-drama? Oh, you're weird." You know what I mean?
Right?
But
it's not a K-drama. Yeah, it's not. Squid Game isn't a K-drama, but it's a Korean. Yeah, it's a Korean show, right?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Yo, why are you watching that?"
It's kind of like Parasite as well.
You're into that sort of stuff, but now it's
like
hype.
Yeah.
You don't watch Korean
funny.
shows? Ah, bro.
You know what's
so
funny?
Behind.
Hash. Literally, like back in my day, it's literally just like, oh, you read manga and watch anime, you're a fucking weirdo. Now it's just like, yo, Jujutsu Kaisen's so hype. Naruto's so good.
That's a cool thing. I believe watching anime
like
is
Meg the Stallion. Yeah, like Meg the Stallion literally dresses as fucking Todoroki, and people are like, "Oh my god, you're so hot! Oh my god, Todoroki's my favorite!" Blah blah blah, and shit like that. Like, bro, like, come on. We grew up in an Asian time where we had to hide the fact we watched fucking anime.
Yeah,
there was friends. Me and my friends in primary school used to play fucking Naruto, where we'd run around and chase each other with like your arms, Sharingans, like
I'll be honest,
Rasengans and Chidoris and all that shit. And then they'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing, dog? You want to play football?" And like stuff like that. And we'd be like, "No, we're too busy like reciting this anime." And yeah, but now it's a big thing to do. Like, oh my god, you watch anime? Like, what's your favorite? Blah, blah, blah. Bro, you haven't been through the hard times, man.
Yeah, fucking casuals.
Okay. Also, another thing. Wait, I swear, Blowfish asked the question: "What character do you resonate with, or like what character you like get?"
Do you actually resonate with that Squid Game guy? That's the thing. I'm like,
Hash came up with this fucking Squid Game guy.
I don't resonate with him.
Then what relevance did it have?
No, but what do you mean? I told you the resonance was. I think he's a really really badly portrayed. Like, I don't think he was a bad guy in any fucking form.
But that
doesn't answer my question.
The question was, what character do you see yourself being inspired from? What character did you see it and was like, oh, I want to be like this guy when I grow up, kind of thing?
Yeah.
How what?
Oh man, I understood that very
this
incorrectly.
guy's so stupid.
I understood this very incorrectly.
I should have just asked you first, Sid.
Yeah, I really understood.
I should have just asked you first.
That was your fault. Amateur mistake by going to me first, Blowfish.
I wanted to be fair, okay? I wanted to be fair.
Yeah. I kind of fucked that up. I really understood that incorrectly.
Guys, these questions are pre-planned as well, by the way, guys. Yeah. We have days. Like we have
I swear, this is all planned. This is all planned.
We have an answer, and this guy came up with the Squid Game guy that's supposed to be the villain isn't actually that bad, guys. Like, shut up, man.
Anyway,
so what character do you resonate with, Hash?
Just say whoever you want.
Okay, now I get the question. I kid you not.
The big donut?
I love donuts, right? But okay, genuinely for me, I'm very basic. I'm a basic bitch.
That's okay.
I like my favorite episodes of like Naruto was the last 10. Do you want to know why? Because I love the whole like happy vibe. I love it. Okay. Why do I like K-drama, which is like rom-com? Because I love the happy vibe. When I watched my first K-drama, I'm not joking. I swear to God, about 2 years ago, I was gonna move to South Korea. I swear to you guys don't get it. I was
what
like,
a Carib.
Yeah. I was like, this world is perfect. Everyone is happy. Obviously, it's a fucking drama, so it's exaggerated. But I was like, everyone's happy. It's positive. I want to learn Korean. I want to learn the culture. I love their food. I want to join. I want to be a part of it. So for me, the most that inspired me, Naruto. I love One Piece, crazy, but the happy vibes Naruto gives me was fucking insane. Dude is an angel. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, so Naruto.
I
Fair enough.
remind
Yeah,
myself
okay,
of
that's okay.
Naruto as well. Do you know what I mean? So like, so it makes sense.
I mean,
How so?
you're both not very smart, so.
There you go. And I mean, look, both good looking. Like, if we were all Shinobi, I think I'd be Naruto, and you guys would be like fucking useless on the side. You guys would be like the medical ninja. No one gives a shit about you.
Yo, you telling me no one cares about Tsunade?
Nah,
Yeah,
you
I-
talk about her, bro. With
Big ass honkers.
with a
What?
fucking little,
Honker badonkers, I agree.
with a
Honker
little
badonkers.
punching power. Fuck off, punch yourself. But yeah, that's my answer. What about yourselves, huh?
Yeah, Sid. What about you, Sid? I'm curious.
No,
now.
Blowfish, you go first. You go first.
Me?
You go first.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to
shit.
hear more about you, Blowfish.
Okay, like, so funny enough, you know how Hash mentioned like Naruto? I know I'm not like a huge avid One Piece fan. I know it goes down in it, like mainly from friends who tell me about it, some wikis that I've read because I don't have time to watch like 1,000+ episodes. Nowadays I kind of resonate with Shanks. I'm not gonna lie.
Shaq?
Oh, I would
So
have
here's the
not
reason why.
expected that.
Here's the reason why. So I remember when I first like dipped into One Piece and I saw that whole scene where Shanks saved Luffy, right?
Uh-huh.
Shanks, like I was still, I was like what 14 when I first watched One Piece, something like that. Shanks remind me a lot of my uncle.
Was that when it came out?
I see what you did there. That's funny, but
My bad.
because I'm fucking old. Anywho, so yeah, seriously speaking, so when I first watched the episode where Shanks just saves Luffy from that shark, right, or whatever that was, that whole thing, like
The
when he was
shark,
like, killing,
the fucking
was-
sea
it was like-
king.
as a sea king. I don't know. It's been a while, but like that whole thing where like before all that happened, and like Shanks is just chilling with Luffy and his crew in the bar, and Shanks is just a super chill pirate, even after that guy like poured a drink on him. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, and like did all that shit, talk shit to him, and he was like, it's all good, right? Like he laughs it off, right?
Mhm.
So that relationship that Luffy had with Shanks when he was a kid, it reminded me of my relationship with my uncle, right? And at first I'm like, okay, this is cool, right? But now that I'm a lot older, I'm like, now I feel like I'm Shanks, right? Like, in a sense that like, there's definitely a few kids in my chat who like look up to me in that sense, and I've had people in my Twitch chat that are all like, they try to haggle me, and I don't give two shits. I kind of laugh it off. I'll be like, you know what I mean? Like that's funny, but if that same dude goes after anyone in my chat, they're fucking dead meat. You know what I mean? And in that sense, I guess I'm like Shanks, where like I want to, help anyone who wants the help or wants to, let me help them, just forge their own path and, sort of believe in themselves. I feel like that's sort of my duty in that sense as a guy who resonates with Shanks, right? And like, I'd like to believe I'm sort of like that cool uncle in a way. I don't know if I am.
That's
but,
that I love that feeling though. I actually am the cool
yeah.
uncle for my little nephew.
I was gonna say, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You two are my Luffy's right now, and I'm waiting for you guys to be like, oh, I can't wait to see these guys in like real life.
Now,
Sort of like how Shanks was like.
I'll be honest,
I can't
I'd
wait to
rather
see
be
Luffy.
Zora than Luffy.
I'll be Luffy.
I was like, both of you
I'd be
are
Zora
my
than
kids.
Luffy.
Both of you are my kids, and if anyone legit, seriously, if anyone fucking rolls up to you, you let me know. Like, I will be there. Like, in that sense, that's why I resonate with Shanks. Like, I get where Sid and Hash come from. I get their drive. I still have said drive. And like I want to get to the top with you guys, if I'm gonna be honest, like in a different way, of course, right? So like, and if there is ever a day where you and I meet, like I have that same feeling as Shanks. I'm like, fuck, I can't wait to meet these guys. They're doing so fucking good. You know what I mean? I can't wait to like actually like get together with these guys, talk with them, and give them actual hugs because COVID doesn't let us do that. So that's why I resonate with Shanks. Like these folks on these young kids on the Twitch platform. I'm just like. I feel like I kind of, want to grow with them, and just like if they need help, they need protection, they can go to Uncle Blowfish for that, in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy
That's why I
when you
kind of
find
resonate
out-
with Shanks in that
It's
sense.
crazy
enough,
when you
fair
find
enough.
out Shanks is a villain, huh? It's
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
when you find out he's a
Little do
villain,
you know
huh?
that
Yeah.
I'm actually a two-faced bitch,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna betray you guys the moment
Blowfish
I
is a
see
villain.
power.
Are you Gemini?
Just like imagine.
Okay,
Oh my
that's
God.
interesting.
Well, that's why I kind of like right now. What comes to mind is like I kind of resonate with Shanks. As a kid, I definitely resonated with Luffy more, right? But now I'm like I'm a bit older, and I'm like, maybe I don't necessarily resonate with Luffy. Just more like Shanks, who kind of just chills and waits in the back, and helps when he can, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember there's this one time where like one of my friends who just started streaming, a troll was in her chat, right? And then I rolled up, and then like it just stopped, and then like that kind of reminded me of like the war. I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. And I was like, that's what it felt like. I was like, the Shanks in my chat is just like, who the fuck are you? Like, get the fuck out of my friend's chat. And that guy just stopped. He never came back ever since. And then that was it. I was like, I kind of felt like Shanks at that point.
Did you send a picture of your like? Did you send a picture?
I just have like an anime sword. I don't have a sword, but still, nah. Just like I just kind of said like, okay, if you have like nothing better to do with your life, get the fuck out of her chat right now.
That's so
I just
funny.
think it's really interesting how everyone is so nice to Blowfish. Blowfish just said all he said, and everyone's like, "Please adopt me too. The hero we need but don't deserve." Why I don't get that when I said I'm Naruto? I didn't get that support. I got told
because Shanks is a villain, so he's
looks the oldest here. I'm the youngest here. I'm the actual youngest here. I swear, I'm the youngest here. As well. Yeah.
He actually is.
I'm the youngest here, and fucking Hash.
Yeah, you guys are my Luffy's, okay? Both
Sid, your answer better like blow me out of the water because you went at the end. This is like the pressure's on you.
What does that mean, bro? What does that mean? No. Because the only reason I said that is because I wanted a little bit of change. Generally speaking, I grew up with Naruto, and I always wanted to be Naruto. I can't lie.
I did too.
Like I always wanted to be Naruto, and that's the way that I kind of want to be with everyone. Like my favorite like moments with Naruto is with Gaara, with what he did with Gaara. If you guys know what Gaara was.
That was a good one.
They nerfed Gaara like crazy in Shippuden, by the way. Like Gaara was a person who killed hundreds and hundreds of people with like just a snap of his finger.
Yeah.
Didn't care about anyone. Naruto won him over, and I feel like that. Like genuinely speaking, there's like I try to do that with a lot of things in my day-to-day life, where I try to become friends with people who don't normally kind of open up. Specifically speaking, I work at a supermarket, right?
Yeah.
I work part-time at a supermarket. There's a person there that I'm pretty good friends with, right? And generally speaking, it was about 3 months before I ever heard him say a single word to another coworker. He'd always just be the guy that just listen and just like be quiet, doesn't talk to anyone, just does their own work and stuff like that, right? And now actively he'll come up and he'll try to talk to me because we're friends now, right? And I kind of got that way from what Naruto was like, where people that didn't normally want to be friends with him kind of ended up becoming him, and he kind of built a bond with everything. He built a bond with other people. People could depend on him, and I really want to be like that as well with my friends. If they ever need anything, they need money, they need advice, they need help with anything, they'll be like, yo Sid, can you help me with something? And they'll know that I'll be down there, like I'll be there to help them and stuff like that. They know I care enough for them. Like genuinely, like if one of my friends tries to go kill his brother, I'll be there to stop him, you know. Like
damn, that's a bit extreme, bro.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. To be honest,
if you
I hope
wanted to kill Backsmasher, I would be like, yo, Blowfish, maybe you shouldn't kill him. You know, like
he's too good looking.
That's the thing. I'm like,
he's too good looking.
Worth killing your brother. Maybe there's other options.
Funny.
Blowfish.
I was about to say, I remember the very first episode we did this. I told you guys, I'm like, you guys are like some of the bestest friends I've actually made on this platform. You know, if I ever go in the deep end, you and Hash better be there to try and stop me, because like Lord knows I kind of need that at times, right? But yeah, I really like that. Like I respect both your answers very, very much, man. So both of y'all said Naruto, right? In a way.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be like Naruto.
Like, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I'll continue on with your answers in the sense that, like, yeah, Naruto also kind of inspired me in the sense that, like, that whole mentality of just like getting dealt a shit hand in life, right? And the fact that he worked his ass off, you know, like to really gain the respect of everyone in the Leaf Village. I'm like, I rock with that, right? Like, because then that sort of hammered me, that mentality of me. That mentality into me saying like hard work will get you almost anywhere, right? So, you know, keep working hard, keep grinding. Like, I respect the fuck out of Naruto, seriously speaking, right? As annoying as he can be, but still. By
the way, big spoilers. Fucking the Ninetales died.
I know. Ninetales is dead.
I miss Kurama.
The Ninetales died.
I'm gonna miss Kurama.
Here's why it's stupid, by the way, that the Ninetales die, right? Here's why it's stupid. Because the Ninetales wasn't supposed to die. Naruto was supposed to die.
Yeah.
Naruto didn't end up dying because Kishimoto and the company started getting death threats in real life because there was ideas. There was ideas that they might kill Naruto off. Not
Good.
even confirmation.
Thing
I
is,
feel like
it's
they should have killed Naruto.
Nah,
Like
come
I
on, man.
genuinely feel
For
like
a
they
little
should have.
fucking kid called Boruto. You know what I think they should have done? They should have just killed off Boruto, right? No one would have complained. Kill him, make him irrelevant, and then like change the show to adult Naruto life. I would have happily watched
Like,
it.
replace, like, the
You all
font
would have watched
to
it.
adult
No,
Naruto.
you all would have watched it. Though. I don't
Shippuden
care.
The thing is, I actually wouldn't.
Everyone would have been like,
All
oh,
I'm saying
fuck,
is-
adult Naruto. We're gonna watch this show. We're gonna see what they're up to now. Fuck Boruto.
That's
Dude,
Kanji's
I'm actually kind
cool.
of triggered that they didn't.
No,
I'm actually triggered
okay,
they
hang
didn't
on.
fucking
Sid,
show
I do-
Naruto like washing dishes and shit like that when he's older.
That's why I
I'm gonna
watched
say,
it.
guys, like, I was gonna say, guys, like, listen, the reason why I would agree with killing off Naruto is because the past, we gotta move on. You know what I mean? Like, I love Naruto. It would be sad to see him go. Don't get me wrong. I'll be fucking heartbroken.
For
What?
yeah,
But,
for
you know,
they're
Boruto,
devils.
they need to kill off
They
Naruto.
need to
But
kill
like,
off Naruto. In order
they
for
should have
Boruto to
never
get
made
stronger.
Boruto in the first place.
Or that,
Exactly.
yeah. Or
They
just,
Fuck
they
Boruto.
should have just like kept, yeah.
They could've
But
done- you know
like,
what they could've done?
but since they did, no, I'm saying
Yeah.
since they did, they kind of do need to kill him off for it to be like a whole thing.
Nah, I
Like,
agree with the death threats. He deserves
No one's ever gonna see Boruto on the same level. If they want to keep that going for a long term, they're never gonna see Boruto on the same level as Naruto will.
What about they just did it like Boruto is Naruto's great grandson, so Sasuke and Naruto are dead because of old age. Then
Okay,
no one
you
would
know what?
complain. I'd be like, ah, cool, we're starting
That
fresh.
no,
We're
that would be
starting
fine.
afresh.
Yeah,
You know,
that would
that'd
be
be
fine.
fine. I'd
but-
be
You
okay with
cannot
that.
kill
I
off
would be okay with that.
Naruto and Sasuke. If Oda tried to kill off Luffy, I swear to God, Kishimoto. The
I mean,
creator
he
of
hasn't
Naruto
got the
deserved-
One Piece yet, though. That's
Okay,
why.
it's-
Like, that's
okay,
why this is
fair.
a big thing as well. You
But
can't
all the
argue
death
that.
threats that came at Kishimoto, he fucking deserved it times 10, motherfucker. How you gonna kill off Naruto for a little shit called Boruto? Such a dead character in
True,
comparison,
true.
man.
Fair enough. Fair
No,
enough.
No,
heart,
but I
bro.
swear, no. But at the time when the rumors and shit like that came, Kishimoto wasn't even the head of Naruto. Sorry, Boruto. He was still on his honeymoon. He was still on the break because
Yeah.
he only started coming back to Boruto after like a couple hundred chapters, because it was in a different company that was
Yeah.
looking after it. And Kishimoto would just read through it and say, "Yeah, that's fine,
Yeah.
whatever." Like it's Boruto was just the namesake for like a couple hundred. I mean, Kishimoto is finally in. Like it wasn't even his idea, and it wasn't even an idea to begin with. It was rumors that there might be an idea.
One theory, which I think is pretty cool, is how I don't know if you guys are up to date with Boruto, but essentially he gets
I know what's going
controlled
on.
and he's like
I do
meant to
know
be
what's going on,
actually
yeah.
a villain.
Mhm.
I think one thing that's cool is Naruto, Boruto, and Sasuke team up and fuck up the whole world. Cool with that.
Naruto, Boruto, and
Yeah, fuck up. Fuck all the Kages. Fuck all the fucking villages. Fuck everyone. But Naruto has to be the best. Like he can't die. Has to be the strongest. Like I am that fan.
But then the thing is, it's not called fucking Naruto. It's
Not
called
called-
Boruto
yeah,
now,
that's
isn't
the
it?
thing.
Like
So
it's
they changed the
Boruto's
name.
story. It's
Naruto's
Boruto's
kid.
story.
Just call it Naruto's
yeah, like
son.
Naruto's kid. Like, Boruto, the son of Naruto, who's more
Boruto's
relevant.
dad.
Yeah.
Those fucking like those fucking you know like those
Boruto's
fucking
dad.
those fucking Gen X kids like, oh, does Boruto's dad have a show? I'm like, yeah, well, Naruto's kid also has a show, so that's how I would
Oh
respond,
my
right?
god, fucking
Um,
Boruto's dad.
Boruto's dad. Oh man.
No, but respect to Kishimoto. There's no way you can like have any hate to Kishimoto. This guy
No, of
postponed
course
his fucking honeymoon for like so many years because he was like, my focus is on Naruto and I want to make this the best story I can. Like
And-
how many years did he postpone his honeymoon? Like what?
he's crazy.
Did it take a break?
Yeah, but
He
that
didn't.
makes me put more respect to people like Oda. Apparently, right, Oda's editors came out and they were like, this dude he sleeps between 3 to 5 hours every day because he's a perfectionist. He just
Sheesh.
reads his chapters. You think about it, there is 1,027 chapters of One Piece. Do you know how easy it is to make an error like chapter 1 and it fucking contradicts in chapter 900? And that,
Oh, kind of like the
Because
hammer
there's,
gun
like,
from Helmeppo.
yeah, it's so
I was gonna say
hard
there's
to
like
do.
that's the thing.
Uh,
He has to do that because there's so much shit going on in One Piece, right? He's like,
Exactly.
okay, I
Wait.
need to make sure
And
we're all good.
anime
Yeah,
fans,
yeah.
They find
get that.
every detail. I don't know who the fuck they are, but there is always someone who finds. Yeah, but in chapter 6 he said this word and this word means this, and they find every detail. Fair enough.
No,
to
but
them.
they've
He
done
has a
that
good
though.
team.
They've
He
done
has
that
a
though.
good team,
Like
yeah.
with One Piece and shit like that. They've done it for like a couple times the way
They've
like
made
shit
a
doesn't
few
make
errors.
sense.
Yeah, 100%. But like,
But everyone
not
makes it.
minor compared to
It
how much I
happens.
thought he would have made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the amount I expected, it's very minor. And he's dedicated. So when that dude finishes One Piece, I want everyone. I'm serious. Like to like bow for like 10 minutes and like 10-minute silence once a year when the final year, I'm down
Hash?
for it. I would do it, and I would donate money to him. He doesn't need
Hash, do you understand the reference of hammer gun in One Piece?
I don't know One Piece that well.
Does anyone in chat know the reference
I'm
of
sure
hammer gun in
Dante's
One
Demon
Piece?
would know, because Dante's Demon's a big One Piece fan. He's one of my homies, one of my
Hash,
IRL
if you're a
homies.
true One Piece fan, what does the hammer gun have relevance in One Piece?
You said Helmeppo. That's... I'm not sure. I might know, but
Shush,
I'm not sure.
I'll send you a picture on Discord. Wait, I'll send it on the group Discord.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Hammer gun.
Let's see if I'll get it.
He's saying hammer gun. That's what's fucking my mind.
Look on Discord real quick.
What the fuck?
That's the hammer gun.
Okay. But what
Is
does that have
like
to do with
an error?
anything?
Yeah, is that an error? I'm not sure.
It's for the so basically it's a big meme in the One Piece community, because for the 4Kids version of One Piece, where they
we don't
show
talk about that.
bullets, knives, or swords, or even smoking, they brought
Nami's
out the
mom got
fucking
banished to
hammer
the
gun.
to the Shadow Realm. I'm like, no,
She
she
didn't
fucking
die.
died,
She
bro. She
fucking-
fucking died, bro. Get out of here.
Oh.
And she got
They
shot
did
right through
show-
the heart.
It's one of the biggest memes in One Piece, like biggest memes in all like the One Piece community.
Mhm.
Bro, it's so funny because in the thing he pulls out a gun, right? I'm pretty sure Helmeppo pulls out a gun on Kobe, but
Yeah.
then in the 4Kids version is the freaking hammer gun that looks like that.
All right. That's hilarious. Anywho, guys, I'm sure everyone's been waiting for this for a while. We're going to get into the Am I the Asshole segment right now. Come up with 3. The first one I'm going to say is sort of a throwaway. I just thought it was fucking hilarious because I think that me, Hash, and Sid will probably side with this guy. But anywho, here's our first question for Am I the Asshole? Starting with this one. So, am I the asshole for taking a shit in a garbage bag at my job because there's no bathroom? Okay, so here's how it goes. I work at a building which all the bathrooms are inaccessible to me because when I work there, all the doors are locked by the tenants of each floor. As much as I have asked them to leave one bathroom open, they don't care. I simply don't get why they do that or what's the point. So at one point, I spent hours locked in there at night, guarding the place for like 2 years. I managed to never have to do my needs because I do my best to be empty by the time I went in, especially knowing that there is no bathroom. So one day, last week, I couldn't hold it. I was clenching my asshole really hard, and I was literally just walking back and forth thinking about anything, but I literally could not hold it in. So I thought I could be sneaky and go to the basement floor. I went into a corner, grabbed a bag, and took a shit. Cleaned myself up with like 20 masks that I had piled up in the front desk because I didn't have anything to wipe with. Next thing you know, I get fired, LOL. I was caught by a camera that was newly installed in that area that wasn't there before. It was a blind spot, but I wasn't told, and I wasn't told I was never allowed to go down to the basement since all you could find there is roaches. I honestly think this isn't my fault. I literally have no bathroom, and I've been there from 12 to 8 a.m. At some point, anyone would need a bathroom. Anyone would need bathroom, and I held up for years. Is this guy the asshole? I don't think so. I'll be honest. I'm like, yo, he's constantly asking like, leave a bathroom open. They never did it for him.
No way. Is there no like toilets nearby?
So there are. It's just that they would constantly leave all the toilets locked, and then he would always ask them, "Hey, could you leave one unlocked for me because I have a night shift?" They would never do that.
Oh,
so that's
so okay.
Yeah, I thought this was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
If you get caught,
why.
I live by philosophy. You can break every rule in this world to an extent, but if you don't get caught, you deserve to get away. It's like cheating in an exam. If you don't get caught, you deserve to get away with it. You deserve the result you got because you cheated and got away. But if you get caught, own up and take all the fucking detriment. You know
Fair
what
enough.
I mean?
Fair
Deal
enough.
with the punishment. And I get toilet because I've shat myself before. Like I've told you guys, so I get it. Like I was about.
But
14.
is he the asshole for doing it? That's the thing. I don't think so.
No, I don't
Because
think
I'm
he's
like,
an arsehole.
they gave him no choice at
No,
this
I mean
point,
like
in my
it's
opinion.
human. It's human. Like
Yeah,
nature,
they gave him no
no?
choice, in my
Like he's
opinion.
gonna
And he
need
did
to
it in a
shit
bag,
someday.
right? He did it in a garbage bag, so he technically didn't really release it everywhere.
Like if he did it on the floor, like that'd be kind of fucked up.
But isn't it
Like-
illegal to work somewhere without a toilet? I swear, like you.
No,
can-
yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
right.
just
Because
basic human rights, right?
that's the thing. Sid in chat mentioned like he could have filed a human rights complaint on them, and everyone agrees. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, because that is a human right violation. You're right. My boy
it's just
Inox also
natural.
says like he should have just left the job if he was there for 2 years and they never let him go to the washroom. I'm like, you know what?
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I would have fucking left after like a month or even a week, depending on how long this went on for, right?
That's very true, actually. Yeah, like fucking there for 2 years. You're an idiot. Like, you know how
Go on,
some
Hash.
people are-
Say the people that locked up the toilets did nothing wrong. Go on, say. Try to fucking do it like you did with every other fucking character. You know what? You know what?
tenants
Human
are
rights don't
assholes.
even
They
mean
did nothing
anything.
wrong.
They did nothing wrong.
Look, I relate to this one. I can't even just sympathize. I can empathize. You know why? Because I got a stomach issue as well. I take a shit like 4 to 5 times a day, so I get it. The toilet is valuable. When I drive, like when I'm driving home on a motorway, highway for you Americans, right? And fake Canadians. Like when you're fake Americans, Canadians.
Wow.
When you're
Wow,
driving
rude.
home on a highway or motorway, I have to stop on the side when I need to pee because I can't control it. I will wet myself. I am sure.
Actually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Hash. There was
really bad
there was times
bladder
where Hash shit himself in the car as well. That's why he stinks, guys. If you guys
Oh,
forgot,
is
Hash
that it?
fucking stinks.
Oh,
Like,
I
really
heard about
bad.
that. Yeah. You know, maybe I shouldn't make him my Luffy.
Really bad.
All
Maybe you
right.
should be
So,
like Magellan or something. Like,
oh yeah.
what's that? Wait,
Magellan,
what's that snot
Magellan.
guy from fucking One Piece?
never know his name. The one in Dressrosa. I never know.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name.
All right. I guess we'll move on to the next one that I have. These next two are actually a little bit like serious. So, this next one here, guys. Am I the asshole for making my niece cry and not letting her keep the money she made from spying on me for my ex?
Wait, say that
So-
again. Am I the asshole for
Yeah.
spying on my ex?
So, no. So, am I the asshole for making my niece cry and not letting her keep the money she made from spying on me for my ex? So basically, she was paid by her niece was paid by her ex to spy on her.
Okay, yeah, okay, got it.
Okay, so here's the story. I broke up with my ex after I found out I was pregnant because of how he behaved when I told him. I was living with him at that time, so I moved in with my brother and his family until I could find my own place. My pregnancy has been extremely rough, and my ex wouldn't leave me alone, so my sister-in-law insisted I stay with them for the duration of my pregnancy so that they could make sure I was okay.
Okay.
My brother has a 15-year-old daughter called Amelia. We're very close since I used to babysit her all the time when she was younger. My sister-in-law found out that Amelia has been sending my ex information about me since I moved in with them. When I asked Amelia why she would do something like that, she started crying and said she did it because she overheard me telling her parents that I miss my ex and that when he first asked for her help, he said the same thing to her, and that he was just worried about me / the baby. So she thought she was helping us. My brother was pissed and yelled at her for doing what she did and made her show us the phone to see what sort of info she sent him. From the messages, we found out that she was giving him information, pictures, and videos of me in exchange for money. My brother ended up making her give me all the money she made from spying on me and grounded her. A few days later, it was just me and her home. She came up to me and begged me to give her the money back because she was saving to take these expensive art classes that her parents could afford. She kept saying she was sorry and that she didn't do any of this to hurt me. I ended up telling her I wouldn't give her the money back, which made her cry again. I did confront my ex about it, but he was not apologetic at all and told me I should have let her keep the money since she was just a kid and this was all his doing, not hers. He said he wouldn't have to resort to this if I had just spoken to him like an adult. Am I the asshole? Hash, did you want to go first? I feel like Hash wants to say something. I was like, I feel like
Yeah,
Hash
Hash, go
prepared.
first.
This one's a tough one. I'm like,
yeah.
but at the same time, you know.
Oh, this is so confusing. Okay.
So if you want me to sum it up for you, Hash, I can.
Okay. Not an asshole for taking the money from the kid. Fuck you as
Okay.
a kid. If you make that error, you need to... How old is this kid? 15?
15, yeah,
15.
she's 15.
I was smart enough 15 to know not to spy on someone. Like, that's fucked up. I wouldn't do that. I'm a stupid person. But even I wouldn't do that. Like, I'd be like, no, that's a bit weird. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm
It is weird.
violating them and
Privacy,
really violating their personal privacy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say no to that one. Fuck the
Okay.
kid. Learn the hard way. You wanna... You know what that's like? That's like drug dealing. Let me explain to you why I said drug dealing. This is why I said drug
Out of
dealing.
all things.
You know why I said
Okay.
drug dealing? Because a drug dealer would say, yo, let me keep the money because I'm trying to buy something. Making money through an unethical way, fuck you. You got caught. Like, that's what I said to you guys earlier. If you get away, you get away. Life is life. But if you get caught, you got to deal with it. And she got caught, fuck your art lessons. Why the fuck should I
Wait,
care?
see, okay, just a question. So you think drug dealers that didn't get caught and drug dealers that got caught, like, then not on the same level.
I think
For me, it's
What?
still unethical because they're still drug dealers. And
No,
they're
they are
dealing-
assholes, of
Either
course,
way,
of
either
course.
way, yeah.
But what
Either
I'm trying
way.
to say is, she's also wrong to even be like, she's making money in an unethical way. You've been caught. Like, if a drug dealer came up to me and said to me, "I really need the money," I'd say, "Fuck off! You're a drug dealer. Like, you have no right to ask me for it. Go to prison."
Fair.
She doesn't deserve to go to prison, but she doesn't deserve the money. I would say to her, like, jog on. Like, you've done something which I don't think is an ethical way to make money. Fuck you. I am not giving it to you. Yeah, you want your art lessons, but now next time you'll know not to do it through a dodgy way. You will do it the right way if you're saving up for something. And you gotta learn that shit. She's 15. You gotta learn it the hard way. You know what I mean? You'll cry a bit. Oh well, we all cry. Grow up. You know what I mean? Move on. But like, but that ex, that motherfucker. Oh my god, he's a piece
Yeah.
of shit.
He is a piece
Fucking
of shit. That's the thing.
Police,
So that's
cool
why.
fucking FBI, CIA, all of them, motherfucker, man. Who are you to? Oh, you know what bugs me even more? What riles my blood up is when he was like, "Yeah, but
Should
if
have
you were
talked to me like an
mature-
adult."
If you were mature,
Yeah. Fuck off.
this wouldn't have
Get outta
happened.
here.
Are you manipulative motherfucker?
Yeah,
That's the
he's
actual
just being
answer for
manipulative
it.
at that point.
You
Yeah.
manipulative motherfucker. Own up, you. Yeah. Own up, you fucking asshole. And he's probably using her by doing that. And to be dead up, she broke up with him because she became like his reaction. His reaction must have been really fucked up for her to be like,
It
"Yeah,
probably
fuck
was
you."
fucked up, yeah.
You gotta be fucked to like, what could you even say that someone who you're with, I assume she's happy she's now pregnant, you know, they're creating life together. What could that man have had said where she was like, "That's so gross. I don't want you to be the father of my kid. I don't want to. I don't want to cohabit with you. You know what I mean? I don't want to live with you." So like,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. What about? I mean,
What about you, Sid? What do you think?
I feel okay. I agree with the partner. Like what Hash said about the partner, where it's like he must have done something so fucked up that the woman feels uncomfortable with having him as the father, right? And another thing is he literally did manipulate a fucking minor into doing like some dirty work for him.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
also he did not respect her privacy, and he's like, you know, invading her privacy, which is, it's not like two different offenses. Like what? But also, I feel like if that was me, I feel like I would have let the niece keep the money. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like 15, yes, you are old enough and smart enough to make decisions and know what is right and what is wrong. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna get swayed. Like doesn't mean that even if you know it's the wrong thing to do and shit like that, that you might not do it. Like, I mean, there's some things that I did when I was 15 where I was like, this is like, I knew it was wrong to do, but I still did it. Like, just because she got caught and just because she didn't get caught doesn't change the fact that it's still fucking stupid. That is still a bad thing to do. I mean, like, and if it's for a valid reason, something such as I want art lessons for something like my career or something like something I'm very passionate about, and like something you're saving up for, like I don't feel like you can really fault her too much. She said her parents couldn't afford it. She could get money off a means of like giving information about her aunt, right? And as long as it's like not some like, you know, really messed up thing as well. As long as it's not she's gonna be at Florida, like this address at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's gonna be by herself. As long as she's not like sending like nudes or like, you know, like things that the ex could manipulate her with. If it's just like, yeah, like, you know, she's at my house, I mean, like, you know, she's eating well and stuff like that, like we don't really know the full context of it. I don't think the child should be like should be that blamed for. Like I don't think the child's should get her money taken off because yes, it's an unethical way of doing it and such, but it's still a 15-year-old. It's still for a valid reason. Like if she didn't have an art school that she like that her parents couldn't afford and stuff like that, and she was doing it, she's a fucking asshole, and she shouldn't keep that money.
But I
If
got a
they're well
question.
off.
I got a question. So let me bring back my drug dealer into this, right? Right. Wait.
Okay.
So like a
You're
drug
trying to
dealer,
tell us something,
yeah,
Hash?
okay, yeah. So let me bring back my drug dealer to this situation.
Okay.
Now, this drug dealer wants money to pay for someone's operation. Good reasoning, right?
Good deed.
Not justifying the action, but good intention. Now he sells drugs to someone who's really forceful, really forceful, like gonna suicide if they don't take these drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Does that justify the drug dealer to let him keep the money? He's still drug dealing. He could have done so many other things. He could have even went up to the fucking... She could have even went up to the aunt. He could have won to prevent this guy from suicide and call a suicide hotline. You know, the people that, like, intervene to look after people who are having those sort of thoughts. This girl, yes, she was young, but she was selfish enough to think about herself completely in this moment. And, like, went, fuck everything about morals and ethics. I'm gonna just do it. One, that's her auntie as well. It's not like it's a random stranger where you have no emotional attachment. This is your auntie, and clearly she babysitted you and looked after you, right? Fed you, all that crap. But, like, she could have even took the approach of, hey, look, this psycho ex of yours is saying, I should watch you and you'll pay me this much. I was just thinking if you can help me get the money. I don't want to do the deed, but I want to, wait, can I make the money from you? Can I do something? She could have done all of this over what she did. That's why I think I wouldn't give her the money, because, like, in her mind, irrespective, that subconsciously doing something not ethically smart or correct, and we can't say what she did, like if she only said where she's living or where she's at or she took nudes, like those are things. It's the same with the drug dealer. We don't know what his situation was. Do you know what I mean? Like the person who he was selling drugs to was forcing him, had him at knife point, give me the fucking drugs. Doesn't justify that drug dealer will still go to prison. You know what I mean? He will still have to deal with the punishments because he's a dealer. Same I think applies here. She has to deal with the punishment, irrespective of what she did, what she didn't do. It's the action was she was stalking essentially and giving information. And I think from a young age, you gotta teach them that. Look.
Okay. Another thing is, like, one thing I'll say is, like, understandable, like what you said. I actually do agree with it, but at the same time, you also have to think the difference of punishment for a minor and an adult is very different.
It's very different. That's
like
the thing,
if
so.
for dealing cocaine, you could get 10 years if you're an adult. For
Yeah,
dealing cocaine as a minor, you get like what, like probably like 2 years
100%.
max.
But what's
Like
the detriment?
it's
just give me the money.
Sorry?
Like the detriment here is just give me the money. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no I'm gonna report you. There's no I'm gonna give you a criminal case. You might not go to prison, but you have this on your profile.
But it's still a punishment, no?
Yeah, that's what, but in my eyes, I would take that as at least do that much. Give me the money. Even if she donates all that money to charity, that kid don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Even if the auntie doesn't keep it for herself, I can't imagine it's that much. Probably a couple hundred for a 15-year-old, whatever it is. Even
I
if
mean,
she donates
but it's
to,
it's an art class that her parents couldn't afford, so it could be more as well.
Maybe whatever it is, but I just think like she did it the wrong way, man. Like
She did do it the wrong way. So
irrespective of how you feel at this point, you gotta teach them. Look, sometimes you don't always get what you want. There's many people in this world who don't get what they want because their parents can't afford it. I'm not saying fuck you, but it's a part of life, and you can't.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, guys. So here's my solution. One, I don't think she's an asshole, not at all. Because one, her ex seems like an asshole. Well, that's putting it mildly. Two, I do agree with Hash that the kid does have to learn, but I also do kind of agree with Sid that like she's still a kid, right? So here's what my solution would be. One, yeah, not an asshole, but here's what my solution would be. Because I don't like this ex very much, I'd roll up to him with that same amount of cash. I wouldn't give it to the kid. I'd roll up to him and fucking just set it on fire and just throw it at him. Like, get the fuck out of my life. Like, have fun making all that back. You know what I mean? As for the kid, because she really, really, really seems like she really wanted to go to those art classes, I'll sit her down and be like, look, the way you made that money, not the right way. You can't be doing that, because if it was with me, I'm going to be easy on you. If it was for anyone else, you could get in so much more trouble, right? I would tell her that straight up. It's like, you need to promise me that you're not going to do that. I'm going to turn Dad Fishman on and be like, you got to promise me you're not going to do that shit anymore, because if you do that, you could get in serious trouble. Like, I'm saying that to protect her, obviously, right? And, she agrees. If she seems like she's learned her lesson, like, I would try to read her at that point. Then I'd be like, okay, how about those art lessons? I'd start helping her get to those art lessons at that point, because I'm like, okay, I get why you did it. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm sort of in that state where I have to save up as much money as I can to pay for some of these voice acting classes, right? So I get that. right? So I kind of sympathize with the kid in that sense, right? So I told her, I was like, how about those art lessons? How much we talking? Like, seems like you really want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about your parents. I can do my best to cover you. Like, that's what I
Dude,
would do. So like
yeah.
everyone would like fucking win in the end, right? So that's the thing.
What I'd
That's
do
what I would
is
do at least.
what I would do is I'll pay for your art lesson so you can go to your art lesson. Never
There you
fucking
go.
do that
Yep.
again. When you're
But-
old enough to get a job, you have to pay me back. And this is something I'm gonna hold it against you. Like
Fair enough.
it's a punishment nonetheless. She's got her art lesson, but she has this thing weighing over her that I owe this person. Not just for the money for the art lesson and such, but also what you call it? I owe this person for teaching me a freaking lesson and like letting me off
Yeah.
the hook essentially.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess the payback method
Like
isn't bad.
I agree with both of you is what I'm trying to say, and definitely not an
Yeah,
asshole.
I just
But, like,
yeah,
yeah.
I just feel difficult because she's 15.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
Enox, why are we talking? There's no talking involved. She's 15. She needs to get belted. I don't know. I
Oh
think
shit, you know.
Fair
Jeez.
enough. I respect you for speaking your mind, and I love the honesty. But I think you could teach. As a kid who used to get hit,
I'm never hitting my
I'm
child.
never hitting my child.
Yeah.
As a kid that
Same.
used
I
to
got
get
hit a lot.
hit,
I'm not gonna
as a
lie. I
kid
got
that
hit a
used
lot.
to get hit
too.
a lot, it didn't work for shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I don't just feel bad doing it. That's a me.
I
thing.
don't
guys-
like I'd feel terrible doing it.
Did you guys ever get like old and strong enough where you could take the hit and it didn't really hurt as much?
Yeah, that's why. My
Yeah.
mom
But
hit
you
me
used
the
to have to,
To be honest, yeah.
fake it. You used to have to fake it. You're like, and like just because if they hit you and then they just like you just pretended like it didn't do anything, they just hit you harder. So you just have to go, no, please stop. Like you just have to pretend.
Yeah. Like
I
I just feel
haven't-
bad doing it. You know what I mean? So my solution would be just to lecture them, and if that doesn't work, I'll fucking scare them. I'm like, you know what? Let's scare them then, if that's the case.
There's
right?
a lot more punishment rather than just physical
Yeah,
punishment.
than just physical. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
So we
there's
all
a lot
agree.
of ways around. Like word goes
Yeah.
further than you know what I mean, on the face. Like
Yeah.
I think it especially as someone who got, and I'm sure all of us did, it's very stereotypical for Asian parents to hit their children, especially traditional parents. Very, very stereotypical. I don't justify it for shit. It just makes your kid not trust you and all that other crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And just be like, your kid would be like terrified to tell you things, and I'm like, well, no, you don't want to do that to them, right?
Yeah,
like you
like,
don't want your
imagine-
kids to be not open with you,
they
right?
psychologically believe that their fuck ups lead to getting hit.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have think
exactly.
Wait.
You shouldn't think that.
Sid said my mom hit me with a broom and I broke a couple by taking hits, so she stopped hitting me. Yeah, my mom hit me with 2 hangers, both of them broke, and she hit me again because I broke 2 hangers.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
I used to get hit so much. You guys got hangers. I used to get like proper.
I got
wooden
sandals.
slippers. Yeah.
I got the
Did you-
sandal.
wait,
bro.
Slippers.
did you guys forget my freaking story about the scar on my forehead right here?
You want to know how I got the scar?
Or when my dad literally flying double foot kicked me and I
My
hit
dad
my
never
head on
hit
my
me.
bunk bed.
Dad's
So
never
you're
hit
saying
me.
your dad drop kicked you?
My dad drop kicked me and I hit my
Jesus
head on a
Christ.
bunk bed, and I have permanently have a scar right here. Well, you can see it in real life, but because of the lighting and everything, you can't see it here.
Okay. I guess we'll move on to my last one. This one's also a fairly interesting one that I found last minute. Sadly, I had one spicier than this, but then they took it
Oof.
down. But this one's pretty good too. So this is the last one we're doing, boys. Am I the asshole for extorting, in air quotes, my biological father? So listen, my mom died when I was 5, and I was sent to live with my aunt because my dad didn't want me. I finally found out why he sent me away, and it was because I wasn't his. My mom had an affair because she wanted a kid, and my dad couldn't have children. My aunt and uncle knew this the entire time and have known who my biological father is. My biological father knew that there was a chance I was his, but chose not to pursue a paternity test because my mom didn't want him in my life and begged him not to. He's also married, but the affair happened when he and his wife were trying to have an open marriage. I found out last year because my biological father finally found me. We did a paternity test, and he and his family suddenly expected me to act like he was father of the year. Finding out all this has not been a fun experience for me. It's changed the way I view everyone around me and has forced me to question my life. Anyway, my biological father asked me to spend some time with him and invite me on this fancy family vacation. At first, I was planning to have nothing to do with him, but he kept begging me to give him a chance, and my aunt convinced me it would be good for me to get to know him. I finally decided I would, but he would have to pay me for it. He agreed
Oh.
to it quickly, even though I gave him a ridiculous number, So I went on the vacation with his family. Things were really awkward, and I couldn't stop lashing out at him. His daughter got pissed at me one day and asked me why I'd come bothered to come if I was just going to be a bitch the whole time. I told her honestly that I had only came because he paid me to be here. We had a huge screaming match over it, and we both said many nasty things to each other, including accusing me of extorting our dad. Am I the asshole? That one's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie.
Hash, you can go first.
You could go first, Ash, if you'd like.
Yeah.
That one's
Oh,
a
wait,
tough
can
one.
you-
When I
can
read it,
you
I'm like, this one's
summarize it
actually
for me?
fucking
It went
hard.
through a lot. So basically,
Yeah.
Dad was not there in the beginning.
Yep.
So she wants the only time he wants to now be there, and
Yeah.
the only time she'll meet him is if he pays her.
Yeah.
She's a hustler. I rate it.
So that's the thing. So what she's getting at is
Isn't that
she
an unethical way of making money?
Did we just
He doesn't
have
He
it?
doesn't have to say yes. He doesn't have
But
to
here's
say
the
yes.
thing, guys. Here's the thing. So like
Why
you know,
was he not in the picture? Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
so yeah, no worries. So apparently the very first sentence she said that her dad didn't want her. That's the thing, right? Because like her dad didn't want her. That's like as simple as that, which is why she ended up moving with the aunt and uncle. And I get why she's pissed at the aunt and uncle because she never knew her dad until recently, as you can tell. And because of that, you know, like all those issues happened, and then like, you know, now her dad is literally like, okay, let me make things right. By the looks of it, I don't fucking know. And then now she's all like, okay, if you want me to, you know, come with you on this family vacation, you're gonna have to pay me. And then that's literally what happened.
No,
and
I
then,
agree.
you know, the other daughter found out and she got pissed over that. So yeah.
Okay, now you know what? Fuck the dad. Fuck you. I listen. I know there's always situations where parents. Nah, actually, you know what? Control your dick, motherfucker. Like if everyone and it feels like there's situations like, as a father that I couldn't because I was in this XYZ. I couldn't look after my kid, so I didn't want to be with her. Like that was his reasoning, right? He first didn't want her, right? I am right to say
Yeah.
that. Fuck you.
That's
Control
pretty
your
irresponsible
dick.
in my
Control
opinion.
your dick. Seriously, I'm
I
not
agree
even
with that.
joking.
I do agree
Why
with
do you
that.
have sex? Why do you have without condom? Whatever. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest, why do you even have sex? Control yourself. And she's right. Why should she have that psychological trauma and that like fucking honestly torture, man? Out of nowhere, this dickhead is coming back into her life. You know what? I'm not against people making amends. You do that. You know, we all fuck up. We're humans at the end of the day. Granted, his fuck up is very big.
It's
But
pretty big.
maybe
I'd say.
maybe for the rest of her life, he really changed. You know what I mean? Maybe. Good. In the beginning, charge him. Make him realize what he did. Why should she? Why should she instantly be like, yeah, fine? Do you know what I mean? Why? Like, who is he to deserve that yet? He's not a father. He's a biological father, but he's not a father. He's not a father role. Who is he? And you can't just come back in and expect it whenever you want.
Yeah,
I don't
just
think
like
that's
that,
fair on the
right?
kid.
Like,
And I
that's
know
the
I
thing.
sound a bit mean because maybe I wouldn't
No.
do that myself. Maybe I wouldn't do that myself to someone. I would rather just say no over saying, hey, charge me. But I don't think she's an asshole for saying, give me money if you want to meet.
So before I get to Sid's point, like as Hash said, like yeah, biological father, but he wasn't a father. In the words of if anyone watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where Yondu says he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy. That's literally one of those situations, right? Anyway, sorry, I just had to get that out there. What
No,
about you,
I
Sid?
completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I do agree with Hash. It's she doesn't owe him anything. Like he might be the biological father. It kind of reminds me of the situation where, do you know when like people are like having an argument and there's like it's kind of like a very movie stereotypical thing, right? Like it's like when someone's arguing or stuff like that, right? And they're on their deathbed, and then they're like, "Hey, can you please forgive me for all the things that we did to each other and stuff like that?" Like, just because you're on your deathbed doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive you. Like, I don't really
Yeah.
owe anything to you. It's
Fair.
kind of like that. Like, it's kind of like
At that point, Sid, you're just trying to get closure. That's it. Right?
yeah, you're trying to get
Which is fair,
closure,
which
and
is fine.
that-
That's okay. Yeah.
which is fair, but it's the other person's choice if they want to give you that closure or if they don't want to give you that closure. If you didn't want me from the very freaking get-go and now you want to be close to me and stuff like that, you might have had an epiphany. You might have had like a second coming where you're like, oh yeah, like maybe I want to try something. I want to have like a little bit more connection with my biological daughter or son or whatever, right? But it's essentially it's their choice. Like they could be in your life if they want to. They could not be in your life if they want to. I mean, the the extortion, the money and everything. Uh, I don't know. You can do it without the money. You can do it with the money. Like it just really depends on the people. Like I feel like it would be kind of weird if I was like the daughter or son of someone. I would take the money at the start, but then I'd probably give it back to them.
Yeah,
Kind of like
that's
kind of
smart.
like I need you to prove that you actually want this rather than just
So
saying it.
basically, I was like,
Yeah.
you're sort of pulling a me with the kid, except I would burn the money in front of my ex and then pay for the kid's lessons. So you're basically
Yeah,
pulling a
but
me in
you're
that
doing
sense,
yourself
right?
dirty at that point, Blowfish. You're making yourself lose money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
you're
not
gonna
my
have
money.
a really badass moment, a really cool moment for 10 seconds, but after that, your pocket
lost the
is as
money.
good
Here's
as
the thing:
suffer.
it's not my money. It's the ex's money. But I'm referring
No,
to
I mean,
Sid's
but then
money.
if you've taken the money, it's your money then.
That's fair.
I like Sid's approach of like, yeah, maybe
I
not
do like Sid's
spend the
approach,
money.
though.
So I don't know.
Just
How
hold
much
it.
can
Just
she even
hold it,
charge,
right?
to
Yeah.
be honest? Like, what do you even say? I want £100 every time you.
No,
meet-
probably way more than that.
Probably way
dude.
more
Like,
than that.
come on, dude.
Probably in the thousands, in my opinion. by the
Probably
looks of it.
multiple thousands has to be.
Yeah.
And it's also like coming
Yeah.
into a holiday. Like, wasn't it going to a holiday with them?
It was just a family vacation. That was literally
Family
it.
vacation. Okay, basically
yeah.
a family vacation where I'm assuming the biological mother's not there, and it's the biological father's and the biological father's family.
Fuck
Does
that
it say?
father, man. Piece
Sorry,
of
say
shit.
that again, Sid.
Is it the biological father's family side, or is it with
Yes. So yeah,
their mother as
the
well?
the other family he made, he's asking her to come with them.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like she's
Mm.
going. Wait. Is it a girl or a boy
It's
or
a girl.
does
It's
it
a girl.
say?
Go,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a girl. Yep.
So the girl's going into a family that she's not too familiar with. I'm
Exactly
assuming
right.
because the father's not really
Yep.
being there for her.
Yep.
Completely like they could literally do anything to her. Like she could go there and get bullied for all she knows.
Yeah.
She's going into it blind. Like giving the money and stuff like that is just proving that A, you're not gonna do anything because if you do, you're not gonna get the money, and also B, it's also proving to me that you actually want to be here and you actually want to be in my life, showing
old
me a
is
little
she?
bit.
How old is she?
How old
Yeah,
is
does
she?
it say?
Doesn't say. No, doesn't say.
Okay.
It's kind of like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you know, when Lou
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah.
When Lou
Mhm.
came back to Will and they had a great time, and at the end, just before they're about to go on the little road trip, he goes, "Hey man, like some business came up, I gotta go. Like maybe
Fuck
next
him.
time." And then
Mm.
like it just goes instead of because if you really deep it, the entire like 2 episodes that Lou was in there for, well, or however many episode it was,
Mm.
it started off with dad, father, dad, father, dad, father, and at the very end, he ended up with Lou. Like Will didn't want to call him dad or father because he wasn't, right? I mean, it's that happens. People come into your life and then pretend to want to be in your life and then just not be there when you actually need them.
Yeah.
Wow, Sid, pretty deep at the end, huh?
No, like
Really,
actually,
Shut the
seriously
fuck
speaking,
up, shut the fuck up.
is she an asshole for extorting? I'll be honest, I don't think
I,
so. I don't
I,
think so.
I don't think it's an asshole.
She a hustler. She a businesswoman. Like she's gonna.
I mean,
she's gonna be
the
successful.
fact
in
here's the
future.
thing, right? So how I would see why she's not an asshole is because, say she, when she proposed that, like how I would see it is just like, I don't know this person, but like how I would do it is like in her shoes. If I was in her shoes, I was like, this is my way of testing them to see, how desperate they are for this to make it work. They do end up paying. They're fairly desperate, which ended up happening, right? And like if they don't pay, then that's how I know they don't give a fuck. You know what I
Sid
mean?
had the perfect answer, I think.
Yeah.
For me, when he was like, I would take the money, maybe not use it, and then like
Yeah.
I don't know, years down the line, be like, hey, you actually did prove yourself to me. I don't know, in like 5-10 years,
Which is
whenever
fair.
you think is right. Here's the X amount of money you gave to me. Let's spend it together. Let's go on holiday. But dad, it's
Yeah.
on me. Technically,
Yeah,
you, but
hell
it's
yeah.
on me.
That's
Like
very
just
wholesome.
you and me
I'm
kind
not
of thing.
gonna lie,
Yeah,
that's very
like,
wholesome.
yeah.
You know,
It is very
yeah,
wholesome.
I mean, I am
I mean,
an awesome
because
person.
it's not, and it's not even like a case of the father just wants to like be related to this person again. It's the father wants to have a bond together, meaning this is only like the very start of everything, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Anywho, guys, I think this is a good time to cut it. Thank you all so much for attending this episode of the Faking It podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed today with all the anime talk as well as the very hard hitting questions of "Am I the asshole?" Before I go, I'm gonna let Hash or Sid let the chat know what's going on with their lives, when they're streaming next, that kind of junk. Sid, what about you? We'll go with you first.
I should be streaming tomorrow. I'm actually playing a new game called It Takes
Ooh.
Two.
Who
It's
are
a
you playing with?
co-op game that I'm gonna be playing with one of my friends. It's like
Nice.
about a wife and a husband, I'm pretty sure, right? And it's basically literally everything in the entire game is co-op based. So you need to work well with each other to be able to play.
Oh,
Fair enough.
sounds pretty
Awesome,
good.
awesome. What time's that going down? So I could catch it.
It should be around 7 p.m. BST.
Perfect. Okay, what about you, Hash? What's going on with
Myself. So I did. So tomorrow I'll be streaming, and the day after, Wednesday, my day off. What will I be playing? Not too sure. I'm enjoying roleplay quite a lot.
I've seen, it's funny.
I'm in a much better server. Hopefully, I don't get banned. I'm having a lot of good time in this server. Gonna continue playing Rahul, my Indian character. Fucking love him. Blowfish, yourself, my bro?
So for tomorrow, I usually do stream Mondays. I'm taking off tomorrow because Canadian Thanksgiving. Instead, I'll just be streaming on Tuesday at 1 p.m. EST. And Wednesdays and Fridays are going to be remaining the same. Other than that, I had a lot of fun today, guys. This was a lot of fun. Seriously speaking, I really like this episode.
Yeah, I love the podcast with you guys as well.
Yeah,
I don't feel the same.
super duper fun.
But I have a really cool. I want everyone to. I have a cool outro I've been thinking of, Blowfish. And
Okay,
Sid.
sure.
This is my new outro. So you know when people follow, I might do the hey, my name's Hashan, all that shit, right? I have an outro, and it goes like this. It might be
Okay.
cringy, but just hear me out. So my new
Okay.
outro is that everyone's from different time zones, right?
Yeah.
So my new time zone is good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. That's my new time outro because everyone's in a different
Ooh.
time zone. Do you know what I mean?
I get that. Yeah, I get that. That's actually that covers everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
I
then
agree.
take care of
Say that
yourself.
again.
So it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and then take care of yourself. That is my new outro.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm not cringy at all in my opinion. That's pretty good.
I fucking take it. I take it, and it came up with only I can think of something like that. I'm too smart. No one else can do it. But after that, thank you so much for watching us. Obviously, you are watching an amazing person called Blowfishman TV. A really amazing person. Has a lot of
thank you,
plans
guys.
for the future. For his voice acting, his streaming. Fucking talented as fuck.
Might be making a TikTok as well.
Oh yeah, he's also gonna be starting a TikTok. That
sure
I
when,
guarantee
but I'll let
for
you know.
him. Just to put him under pressure. Seven Thugs will also be starting another TikTok just to put him under pressure for the podcast. So have faith in him. He will be running it. No, but again, thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
Harry
listening.
Froggy, I'll donate you like $10 a fucking month if you take over this TikTok, as well as hashes.
But,
He doesn't want to do it.
But yeah, again, for watching Sid, amazing person. Like he said, he'll be streaming soon. The co-op game, and irrespective, he's always going to be on the podcast, even if he doesn't stream as much or whatever, because he's really good at it. And
Been on holiday for a week, dude.
yeah, and if you have him on Instagram, he's quite funny. His stories were actually
He's
quite
actually
funny.
pretty fun. His Instagram's
So,
pretty fire.
actually-
That
You
Wait,
know what?
did you like the one of the waterfall?
Yeah, the waterfall one made me laugh. The waterfall
one was funny. Not gonna lie, guys. Sid's Instagram game is dope.
He's done well. So actually follow him on Instagram.
You already know 010SG on the
Really
gram.
stupid name. Like makes no fucking sense. But
It's got a meaning behind it. I
it's
just
7
don't wanna
Thugs
share
on
it with
Twitch, Thugger on Discord, 010SG on Instagram.
He goes by too many
It's
names.
just confusing,
Okay, yeah,
but
that's
010SG.
Yeah.
you know, that was my bio. I was like, wait, that was my bio on Twitch for a long time.
But once again, thank you so much for watching us, everyone. Before we end, I'm gonna say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and take care of yourselves.
You guys.
Oh, we gotta raid someone. Oh fuck! We need to do a thumbnail.
Sure.
And now I need to raid someone. I can't think of who to raid. That's fucked. Okay, I got someone. Fuck it. Unless you guys have someone for me to raid.
No one in mind.
No, I don't really have. The person I was gonna suggest literally just went offline, like literally just
Perfect.
now.
Okay. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Thank you so much for watching us. We'll see you soon.
Okay. All right. See you later, guys.
Bye, everyone.